that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
Okay, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Jets. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
Let's go now. 30 base.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Jenkins in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Minshew sets to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 at the 19. Here's Carson. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. 57. Mike, 57. Check.
On 2nd and inches, Minshew. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 40. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go. It's Lobo. 80 weapons. Shoot.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Jenkins picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Mike, 57.
To try again after the sack. Minshew. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 28.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf. Recon, 132 fighter.
Fournette, a first down carry. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jordan Jenkins getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will tie us at 3-3. Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. To throw on second down. Burn able to find Floyd. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Come to my work.
From the gun, Bird. And that will be incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine quarterback, there to make the play defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Jaguars come on, fellas. First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready, set.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our
Fournette. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Go, yo, yo, go, go. Hey, lock it. Topper.
Minshew, 1st and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Fournette. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Minshew. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. No. Check 5.
Operating from the gun. Bird. He's got the hook up to Floyd. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
10-2 stop. Hey, 4 down.
On third down, Carson. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. He takes this from the 30 to the 34. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards.
But we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Look at me. Zipper. Hit it.
They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report in a bit. The coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Trickstone, travel. Check nickel. Check 9. Hey, Alpha. Hey, watch it. Shoot.
Off the play fake. Bird. The quick slant caught. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
Here we go. Check. Go.
They'll try to run with Carson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. From the gun, Burns. Flushed out right. That's complete. It's Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Jets have taken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 22-yard line.
Ready?
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Here's Minshew. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
Hey. 57. We ain't giving up nothing today. Check 26, check 26, check 20. Look at me. Go on, fight.
They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up. Down.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
6-6, pull it high. Leo, go. Go, Jeff, hit it.
Operating from the gun. Byrne. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Does that happen to you? And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 40, the 30, 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette, 99 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And we are even at 10 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, Byrne. And this is Floyd, complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
Set, 8, read. Hey, Foxtrot. I'm coming after you. Hey, Mike 52. Here we go. 55th.
To throw on 3rd down. Byrne. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the run, it's Fournette. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun is Minshew. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Ready.
First down, Jacksonville.
Let's set a tone. 80 weapons.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
50, plant.
Fournette running out of the gun. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They come out here in the eye.
70, Indy.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Now Minshew, the quick slant caught. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, the ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you've got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision. Let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Smooth.
52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Operating from the gun. Bird. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
10 more yards.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Second down and inches. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 22-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Go. Get it.
This is Carson. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
It's our time. It's our time.
Kill. Team spell. Fight.
From the shotgun, it's a give to Bell. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards, down to the 15. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Hey, Team 6. Now.
From the gun, Bird. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
It's 4th down.
And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if and a big loss here as he's taken down. Quentin Williams able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. A shotgun give to Fournette. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The defense did their job. 4th quarter, big stand.
No doubt about it, because the offense has been yelling at them from the sideline. Just do us a favor. Get us the ball back. Give us one more chance to take it downfield. The defense just did them a solid, it appears.
And when they get the ball back, they can kind of play free tie game. They're not behind.
At their own 40-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Here we go, set. 18, Gator.
I'm here all day.
Hey, check 24. Where's 24? Now. Greystone travel.
44 is the mic. 40.
Hey, Haywood.
Rip right.
Shoot.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Caught here by Bell. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Now it's Carson. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for the lead in the final stages. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or 2, but it's no good as it stands. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Down. 70, Indy.
That's a screen.
They'll run with Fournette. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And a Jaguar 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Check back, check back.
This is Fournette. And an alley to run. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the 4th.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
Hey, exit. Mike, 44. Ready?
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, dude. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Check. It's just me. Go. It's just me and you. 44 to Mike. 44 to Mike. Hey, Alpha. Not today.
He'll look to throw. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Sets up a 3rd down and 18.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
44 to Mike. 44. Roll out. Thanks. Under 10. 10.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. This was the goal before they started the season, to play in a Super Bowl, and that's exactly what they're going to do.
And this is why songs are written about teams. Okay, you go back, some teams wrote them earlier in the season about their goal of getting to the Super Bowl. This one, they're going to be able to break it out now because their goal was to get there, and they achieved it. How about that? That's pretty fantastic.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
Yeah. One up and up is crazy.